testing.
Oh, yeah.
Humor.
Oh, yeah.
Podcast.
Aha.
Being in the moment. 2, 3, 4. Listening while, making eye contact with your podcast partner.
But still not stopping talking.
Well, no one ever said, you didn't say stop talking. You just said be more present, didn't you?
Okay.
Didn't you?
We'll take it week by week.
Didn't you?
We'll take it, yeah.
No, we didn't. You did. I heard you. We know that being in the moment's not saying, I heard you. I was able to remember.
I don't think I said present more than
I thought my presence was a presence.
I know you think that.
When do you think I should have gone right into puns?
Especially around Christmas, you think that, it seems like.
I really feel Christmassy. I feel like the holidays are here again.
This is the Christmas episode.
It's unbelievable. I didn't know that because I don't know anything.
Well, you're up to speed now. It's not like you missed a rehearsal.
So this is so exciting. I think a lot of people, I call them listeners to the show.
Yeah.
Define Christmas. Think of Christmas until you last week. I mean, you don't think I had an extra therapy session because of that?
I do think you did.
No, I didn't. I just wanted to throw in, towards the holiday season, I just go 4 or 5 times a week.
I listen to it because I have to listen to these things.
Oh, that's sad.
And I stick by my position. I don't feel bad about that.
Yeah.
I have to say.
I thought about bringing it up again, but
it's one of the worst lifelong scars I've heard.
Yeah, but it's so much based on so much of your thinking that a small child who doesn't even know that he's Jewish, really.
You knew. Don't tell me you didn't know you were Jewish.
I'm going to take out some nuts here.
Okay.
I didn't know I was Jewish when I was that age.
Yes, you did.
Mommy, what if I put a mommy? I'm so sad. I'm 5.
I knew I was Jewish by 5. That's for fucking sure.
You don't.
I knew Hebrew words by 5.
Yeah, because you were going to Hebrew school. Because you were Mr. Even at 5 years old, he was analytical. He was like, look, the seesaw.
You're saying it like that's bad.
Well, I'm going to do a joke.
Okay.
Can't you let me get the joke out?
I don't know. Not so
will
far.
I ever get to have my say, like Chris Matthews, when he starts off with "Let me finish"?
Yeah.
Oh no, I forgot.
Seesaw. It was a bit on the seesaw. I was very analytical.
Yes.
At 5.
You were like,
and
look,
go.
Look, the seesaw. Basically, what it is you're enjoying going up, then you're enjoying going down, and then you're enjoying going up, and then you know what I'm saying? I see through it. I analyze it.
Right.
I don't enjoy it like a normal 2.5-year-old.
Right. But
That's you.
But I know I'm a Jew going up and down.
You only know that I'm hot. I didn't think I'd be hot, and I don't mean career-wise, but I am definitely hot, and I'm thinking about 3 things.
I'm hot. It's very hot.
I didn't bring any pot with me.
This is the 3rd week in a row it's been too hot.
I listened by mistake to the beginning of our last show.
Yeah.
And it was great.
Well, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I said something like, "What am I talking into a thing?" I thought it was like a podcast verite.
Yes, that's what we go for in these parts.
I hate everything about what I have when I bring over here. I wish I had a better thing to bring things in.
You bring little shopping bags. It's adorable. It's very old lady-ish.
Because I'm not allowed to have a fanny pack.
No.
I mean, I don't want one.
Why don't you get a shoulder bag?
I have all those kind of crap.
A messenger bag.
How about a trapper keeper? That's not it, right?
That wouldn't be as helpful.
Well, what did you call things before they were horrible bags? Those bags on when people started to wear those man bags and kept their stuff in. What are those called?
Fanny packs?
Yeah, the worst. Fanny packs.
I never participated.
You know what? You know why? Because you're Jewish.
I actually shoved stuff up my fanny instead.
65 degrees downtown Los Angeles.
You laughed at an ass joke, though. You did.
And I had to give it a wrong temperature. It's actually 60 degrees. 60, we're getting a little bit of a...
Jack Frost nipping in the air.
I think when I was in New York, wherever, if you're anywhere there is weather, they will still say on the weather news, they'll still say things like, don't put those umbrellas away yet. I mean, stupid. Who responds to that kind of, oh my God, Bobby, don't put the umbrellas away yet, Stevie.
The people
you could get some of the wet stuff.
The people still watching local news respond to that.
And there can't be anybody left. I've watched. Do you ever watch by mistake an hour of local news, or you?
No, I've never. I correct the mistake before an hour.
Yeah, but you know. But let's say there's a local weather thing like that you want to check on.
Sure. Okay. Hypothetically, yes.
Where would you go? Who was your first choice? It doesn't matter. Whatever's on, right? Channel 5 at 9 o'clock. At every hour of the day, there's local news. Not really, but there's a lot of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of local news. Not a lot of local weather because there's not a lot of local weather.
That's the problem with living here.
You think?
I've known Fritz Coleman since as long as I've been in comedy. I've known Fritz Coleman.
Yeah.
And he's also been the weatherman.
Someday he'll be in comedy, if you know what I mean.
Oh, that don't no. Actually, he's a stand-up. He does still, or maybe did stand-up comedy. But the thing about
he's a stand-up weatherman here in Los Angeles.
Yeah, but he's not really funny on the weather.
No, he's folksy on the weather.
That's true.
And he's folksy as a stand-up, too.
That's right.
He's not hurting the brand as a stand-up.
No, he hasn't.
He's not Bob Sageting around, you know.
Did you tell me about some event where all of the hosts came together to host? Or some special for the video show?
No, I think that might have been a dream you had.
Well, no, I could be mixing up an actual event that's coming up, which is the Jeopardy Ken Jennings.
Yeah, and then
is
two
going
other
up
champions
against the other two people
whose names don't matter.
That's what I say,
it's
baby.
Just Ken Jennings. That's it.
I know. And he's not going in overconfident. I spoke to him. I'm not trying to name drop. Although, let me say this. I'm always trying to name drop.
Oh, I hadn't caught on.
You can't. All you do is get laughs by confirming the worst suspicions about me.
Well, you know, it's a niche.
You're not supposed to, if I'm banging myself over the head, you're supposed to go, hey, buddy.
No, it's like, I think of it more like fishing. Sometimes you got to let some line out. Sometimes you got to reel in.
Well, I think that if you're thinking of the metaphor of fishing for a podcast, I'm sure our listenership is going to go to 0, right? Because you know what's worse than watching fishing on TV?
What's that?
Podcasts about fishing.
Really?
So what did you, now you used one of those new lures, didn't you, Josh? Now, did you go, I don't care about the podcast. All I care about is that Lucky loves me. Why do I see this as, it's no battle.
I don't
just
know.
Because it's Lucky and I against you.
Both things could be okay, you know.
I don't know. I have to get out of this competition mode.
You do.
I am very Christmas. I feel very Christmassy.
Yeah.
But, I found out from you that you're feeling
Jew?
better.
Oh, okay.
Because that's what was concerning me. You know, I'm a very self-involved person.
No, you asked me how I am. You must
did.
not be.
I did, because I have an app now that reminds me to be human.
Yeah.
Remember to ask Josh something about him.
Siri, set a human reminder.
It's in my Machiavellian Friends Guide. How do you be a friend, how you use friendships like Machiavelli did.
But yes, I am feeling better on all fronts.
So what, is anything gone away?
Yeah, the stomach thing is basically a non-issue now.
That is very good.
The knee thing is just a occasional issue now.
It's amazing because normally, if you I think about life as someone my age, for example, it's going to just go south, right? You know, like physical stuff. It can't get better.
But we're different ages.
No, I understand that. So
I mean, if I get to your age, I'll probably be a little more fatalistic too.
No, I think there's no question that when it comes to who has the eye of the tiger, it's me. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor in the sense of a Jewish survivor. I'm not happy about it.
You have your survival guilt.
Yeah, something like that. Well, just general guilt. But anyway,
no, I'm not. You know, I come from as I preach. I come from the it'll probably go away school of medicine.
That's good. But I was actually worried because of why shouldn't I worry about?
Well,
you?
I mean, like the diverticulitis thing, I actually took some action. I basically didn't eat much of last week.
Is that the first time that you actually knew to do that when you got the first symptom?
What do you mean?
I'm sure you've had this before, or only the couple of times the major thing and the.
I haven't had a major. I had the one major one.
Right, but has this been a lifelong thing, diverticulitis?
No, it's been a middle-aged thing.
So what does that make me? Grandpa?
Sure.
Okay. So, but the thing is, you came back.
I didn't know I had it till I had a horrible attack 5-6 years ago, which resulted in a rupture. And it started to feel like the early stages of that whole episode.
Do you want to trade? Do I know that whole episode?
So I eased back.
You eased back, but do you want? Was that episode lead to the other episodes?
That was the episode that led to discovering the kidney cancer.
Oh, it started with diverticulitis.
Yes, I went into the hospital. You can hear this on my album. I've actually gone to the point where it's been released now.
Oh, you've told this in story form?
Yes.
I just couldn't remember how many years it's been. Now, you could tell me it's... it
will be 6 years next month since I had the kidney taken out.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
And do you still have to go back and get tested?
I get to skip this year and then go back next year. This is my first skipping year.
Does it make you say, you know what? I'm going to go anyway? No, that's not what I would do.
No, it really doesn't.
It makes you go, if they're telling me to skip...
I go one less MRI from a very cautious doctor. I'm in or out, as the case may be.
This isn't the doctor who mailed you a letter, right?
No. This is the doctor that replaced him.
Well, I'm very excited about. I get excited on the years when I don't have to get the smog.
When you
don't have to get the smog.
Oh, get the smog on your car. Okay.
Which is getting older and older. I thought I would buy one.
It's basically just a CPAP for your car.
My CPAP. Oh, I'm getting sleep like it's nobody's business.
Are you?
Oh, it's really good.
Good.
But I'm still trying to catch up on sleep, and I'm still trying to catch up on things.
Well, crank up the CPAP. Maybe
what do you mean?
Set it for 17 hours.
You don't set this. This is how you know that you're what's it called when you're not an expert on something?
I was trying to ridiculify it.
You accomplished it. I'm getting sick of my laugh because I think it's sounding emphysema-like.
Yeah.
It's not really.
It's getting a little bit
it's predictable.
Lucille Ball in the 70s.
Well, I mean, when as Amy Rose, my ex-girlfriend and comedy person, would do her impression of the Here's Lucy days. Whoa, Viv. Whoa, Viv. Those are the great Lucy days when she was raspy and using her own name.
Yeah.
Hey, Viv. Who is James Frawley? He's a director. And I was wondering if he was related to William Frawley.
He might well be related to William Frawley.
Right? And he directed the Columbo, which I am getting more and more into as they get further and further. I don't think they're going to make that many more. Do you think we should do a remake of Columbo like with me?
How long does it take you to remember that you've seen that episode recently?
Which one?
Columbo.
You mean each one that comes
You've been
up?
watching the same episode is what I suspect.
Well, no. Susan and I do get into a thing where if we're having trouble sleeping and we want to watch something and then 5 minutes in we're sleeping and then we never get through that episode.
Yeah.
But I don't know where I'm going with this, but I'll just tell you something. Matlock is there's nothing like Columbo.
Pardon me, sir. You seem to have run off with your story thread.
There's nothing like Columbo. I just wish there was another show. The Rockford Files, there are shows I like, but there's nothing like Columbo for just the greatest mystery. And I keep thinking the British ones will do it, you know?
Yeah, I don't have the same love of Columbo as you. Like, nostalgically, Rockford Files does rank above Columbo to me. But I haven't watched either in years.
Good music, too. I love the way you have a great ear for sounds.
Why, thank you.
Which is what two people have said to me over the last month, that I have a nice singing voice. I wasn't even trying to project. like I normally do in the produce aisle.
Yeah.
Where this is my quest to follow that.
Oh, two strangers have stopped you and said you had a nice singing voice?
I really like your voice. And I was like, did Josh put you up to this? But when it happened both times, I felt like, how could it possibly happen? That's how badly I was. I'm going on to another childhood trauma so to get some more sympathy from you, so I'm not getting anything from the Christmas Story.
Right.
But the fact that I was never encouraged to sing, does that bother you? I can't keep presenting my life problems to you as you're going to be the tough
Well, I'm
love.
just trying to think of I don't really encourage you to sing, so how can I fault your parents?
I think, you know, I know you're saying that to be funny.
Yeah, that's it.
But that hurts. It doesn't really hurt.
It shouldn't hurt.
It doesn't hurt.
I've broadcast. Who else has played more of your music? Broadcast
Yeah,
more of
because
your
you're
music.
grudgingly.
No,
Well, how could you put it?
Has there been an ounce of grudge? Has there been anything but
The grudge
encouragement
song?
for you to play? No. To play your music
why
as
would
often as you like?
can't. Why would you say? I mean, of course, you've been nothing but supportive of me.
Who put you on the Stink to Soleil show to play live music?
You did.
Who's the last person to book you to play music?
You did.
Thank you. Okay.
Although I've never seen, I haven't seen one dime yet from all this goddamn buy us a coffee money, and I see you every week. You've got a new scarf.
I got the rings.
You have rings. I notice you're drinking better grind of coffee. Didn't you learn anything from the Goodfellas?
This is the kind that came through a bird. Oh no, it's a cat.
It's a
civet, right?
A civet, yeah. It sounded like a bird would be. Why not a bird if it was through this?
Right. And
by the way, some things aren't cracked up as they are, but that thing really does work. No, I'm kidding.
The shit coffee?
No, I've never had it.
No. Would you bother you to eat the shit coffee?
I don't. You know, you're a hypo. Aren't there people who they're professional at saying, "Look, don't give me no hypotheticals." Isn't that like a new thing? Okay, look, hypotheticals. Like when they say to the Trump administration.
No, now they're the one they like right now is I don't accept the premise of your question.
I don't accept the premise.
Which they got from like West Wing.
That's where Nancy Pelosi got it? Because she did that.
It's a circonocracy.
Do you feel it's more Christmas that our country is teetering on the brink of?
I think it's going to bring us all together.
Do you think that it's one of those type of things? Like, do you think this whole thing is like a Christmas Carol where Donald Trump will wake up and he'll realize that he's evil and a Nazi?
I think that happened already, and he's just okay with it.
No, in other words, without having the bad dreams, the ghosts.
No, I think he's been visited by ghosts on a nightly basis for 3 years.
Yeah. Oh, so you wouldn't that indicate he has a conscience?
No, that's why they have to keep coming nightly. That's my point.
So he doesn't have a conscience. He doesn't want to be caught.
He doesn't have a conscience, and he doesn't have any shame.
Right. Is that known as being a sociopath or
Yes.
a psychopath?
Yes, it's a sociopath. No, I think he's more psychopath than sociopath.
Right. And so he's never going to have...
I do believe he knows right from wrong.
But
I don't believe he assigns values to them, though.
That's a weird thing. Like, I couldn't even imagine what that means that he knows right from wrong. Doesn't he thinks...
Well, because look at his ability to accuse other people of wrongdoing constantly.
True. But I don't know. I got into this whole true crime thing because I wanted to learn more about why these people do horrible things. And I may be asking the wrong questions. Because I still think, like, there's going to be some reason that will make it seem more... not okay, but like, understandable. But it's so not understandable and so weird.
Yeah. I mean, I have, a much less emotional theory about it all, which is just law of averages.
Oh, bad things happening?
Well, and bad people happening.
That's true. That's a very healthy way to look at it.
I mean, there's a lot of people in the world.
Yeah.
300 million people in America.
Right.
1%, you got 3 million psychopaths.
Right, and that's enough.
That's a lot. Spread over 50 states.
Lot.
Come on, that's a lot per
psychopaths.
state.
And
it's not evenly spread.
In some states, the two senators, there's so few people, the two senators are psychopaths.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, again, law of averages.
Like in South Carolina.
You got 100 people.
Right. Lindsey Graham is a psychopath.
Yeah.
And so is the other guy who, and I don't call him the black fella, but I point out that he's black because he's a Republican. And when someone's a Republican and they're African American, it makes you sit up and go, what's your angle?
Right. You're talking about the guy who's retiring? Who's bailing out in the House?
No, that's Hurd. It's a South Carolina senator. He's black.
Yeah.
Scott. I don't know why I have to. And whenever I say someone's black, it always sounds wrong. It sounds like you're.
No, you have to at least say the Republican is black, so you know that it's like, you know.
Well, that may be the only black Republican, right?
I don't think that's true.
Well, in the House, there isn't
Senate,
any.
that's for sure. But
in the House, there isn't any more, right? Because Hurd's gone.
Well, he's still there.
Well, he's going though. Oh, he does say, look, hey, maybe in 7 months you can accuse us.
I'd rather not do a black counting segment. How about that?
Everybody knows what our heart is like, and our heart is like Jews who have been wronged throughout our own history.
Give it a shot.
Give it a shot. We have our own axes to grind and grudges to bear. I never think of having a cross to bear, though, because that was never taught in my life.
Aha, see? More evidence. You didn't think you were Christian.
I know. You're right. The thing is, I'm just glad you weren't my father or mother or father, whatever you were.
Are you?
Yeah, I think I am.
Are you, Andy?
I can't imagine you as my father.
Andy David Kindler is a rotten, dirty swindler in the morning. Andy David Batnose is a lousy fucking fat nose in the morning.
Well, Andrew David Kindler. He's an ugly swindler. Andrew David Kindler is an ugly, dirty swindler in the morning. Why do I want to go into an Al Jolson?
I don't know. Well, your dad did do it in blackface.
He did. You know, the thing is, I just found all of these family photos of my aunt in blackface.
No, you didn't.
No, I'm kidding. No. I don't know anybody in my life who's ever been in blackface. That's why it does freak me out.
Well, Ted Danson.
But that was a good bit. That was a bit. You can't. They should never be faulted. What were they thinking? I can see what they were thinking, right? What could be more wrong than this?
I think so, and I think, he had the whole whoopee card to play.
He had the whoopee card.
Yeah.
But then she didn't appear with him maybe up on the dais. She wasn't there to laugh next to him. Right? She wasn't there. Oh,
yeah,
she was there.
Yeah, they were dating.
Right, but he was up alone.
Well,
maybe she was up there, too.
I think she was up there. I
hello.
I just think he stood out.
And he said, hello there, whoopee. What did he say? All right, I don't want to get off the air.
I'm not doing this.
I'm not doing this. All right. So rather than, I just got so embarrassed, though, thinking about how horrible that would be to bomb at a Friars thing, which is already not easy to do. I did one of them way after the thing, and it was horrible.
Yeah.
But the idea of bomb...
you did a Friars Club roast, or you did a Comedy Central
I did a
roast?
Friars Club and Comedy Central roast.
Yeah.
But in both ways, I was cut out, so I did not appear on the Chevy Chase roast. But it was the last one sponsored by the Friars.
Oh, okay. And did you get any good shots in a Chevy?
I did, but...
that were yours? Or was it all
No. I was cut out. No, I was cut out completely. Didn't appear.
No, but I mean that night. Do you remember anything?
One line.
Anything that made it worth saying to his face?
Even the lines that I liked, I don't think got a big laugh. Like, if you left after the first year, if you'd known there was going to be a goat boy, you would have left even sooner.
Okay, but that's not a joke about him.
No. Chevy, all your friends are here tonight, and that includes no one. And that premise had been covered by the time I got there.
Right.
So it was kind of like that.
Yeah, it was a little late in the night to do a general one like that.
Plus, I don't know about you, but I'm not comfortable with that. I mean, you'd think I would be comfortable with that format because that's the way I am.
You don't like insulting people to their face.
Yeah, but it's like it's the if there's pressure, it's just as certain that I might just completely clam up.
Yeah,
I'm not looking to one up the other person.
Right.
So it's a weird format anyway of comedy that is hard to do, and I had to do it at the end of the night.
Yeah.
After Lisa Lampanelli.
Ouch.
That killed me.
He didn't seem to enjoy it at all. Is that my recollection?
Not only
correct?
that, but he went through a long thing about how horrible this was, and if he wasn't for that, he was going to give the money to charity or whatever. He wouldn't even be there. Whatever the hell he was saying, he was so disconsolate.
Like, I hated this.
He was making notes during when I was talking to him.
Really?
I said, one of my classic lines was, "Hey, Chevy's not even listening to me." That was my idea of a saver line. And the people were so tired. They started at 8:00 at night.
Yeah.
Like a friar's roast after a dinner, actual dinner.
Yeah.
Now it's 11:30 at night. And Chevy was mad, too, that Al Franken was making fun of his drug problems. Because Al Franken was saying, "I remember Chevy. He had back problems. And he used to like to take his back medicine. He used to like to cut it up into lines and snort it." And then when Chevy got up, "Oh, yeah, Al, like you, I remember a certain person who really enjoyed a lot of coke himself back in like that kind of tenor."
Yeah.
And Paul Schaefer was the host.
It's pretty funny when people who have very thin skins submit to that.
Yeah, and in his case, there would be even really no reason because he'd already been roasted before. So this was like the second time.
Oh, really?
I think even by the Friars or something. So he really was questioning why he was doing it. Because I think I told you that he said to someone could hear. I forgot. I think Grant Fitzsimmons heard him say to somebody, "These people are nobodies. This is going to be terrible." Said to McEnroe. And I was so hoping McEnroe would hang around till when I went on, he left.
Really?
Todd Barry was the first one out. He got a good set.
Yeah. And people left after their set?
No, it's just that the people who were early in the night, like Todd, and Todd really had good jokes, good roast jokes. Like he said, "John," because he knew who was going to be there. Because John McEnroe is here. He was on the cover of Sports Illustrated and Crybaby Monthly on the same month. And then said,
"Did you have to write your own shit?"
"Oh yeah,
yeah,
oh yeah." And I had to fly. This was very hard. I had to fly with Mark Maron.
Yeah,
and these were the days before Mark Maron and I were. Well, we were always like, we had our thing, but we weren't as close as we later became. And he was very, he could be very high maintenance.
That's what the reputation is.
So he was asking the whole way there. He was like, "What are we going to do? What are we going to say? What are we going to say? Right? What are we going to do? What are we going to say? What can I say about this guy? This is bullshit." Now he got on.
Let's just say he didn't start his podcast because he had built a lot of bridges.
And
that's the roast story.
That's not the way I presented it. Let's not.
No, that was my segue.
I know, that was the way you packaged it. There's a very beautiful house near here, around the block, that has like a red and green, it's the opposite of the inflatables style of decoration.
It's a minimalist.
Yes, and it's like the red and the green lights. It's not minimalist because it is a thing.
Is it projected? Or
yeah, it looks like a projected thing.
That's a new thing, is the projected lights.
And it's so pretty. It's so nice. And I knocked on the door, and the guy was like, "Hello," and I'm saying,
"We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Can I have some nog?"
You know what I like? That you both delight in the singing of the "We Wish You a Merry Christmas," and you also delight in the "May I have some nog?"
There's no end to the threats I am. A lot of people stop at triple, quadruple.
Would you call yourself what's it, like an infinite threat?
I'm a Google threat.
Well, look, man, I guess hope we get to the bottom of this whole CrowdStrike thing. Now, Josh.
Yes, Andy.
What does this sound like when my voice sounds like this? It sounds like I'm going to become the interviewer. Am I going to be an interviewer like David? Is it David Frost?
He's one.
Yeah. Or will I be an interviewer like Howard Stern, who's able to coax things out of people? Or am I going to be an annoying person who just says, how has your week been?
I don't know. Let's spin the dice.
All right, let's spin it.
All right.
So,
fuck.
Yeah, because it's so, what it is, it's so like goal oriented. All right, so
what's your best story of the week?
What's your best story of the week?
you know what's interesting though, with the attitude that we both have about shtick or whatever, I don't know what we do, but we still stick with.
What is our attitude about shtick? Because I think we're pretty shtick tolerant at this point.
Yeah, we are. I never would have thought I'd be at my age saying it's 65 degrees in Los Angeles downtown. Downtown Los Angeles, coming up in a half hour, we'll be giving away some Aerosmith tickets. Excuse me.
And he belched.
And he belched. I don't belch. When I belch, I don't do it for effect. And I think that does separate me.
You were expecting chimes?
I like anything that you deliver
Hard.
with Jewish zets.
Hard.
No, that's Jewish zets. You've got that Jewish zets. By the way, I want to thank you again for a wonderful cup of coffee that you've served.
That's Intelligentsia, El Diablo.
Anyway, oh, is that what it is?
Yes.
I bought some.
Somebody tell them we keep saying their name.
What is it? What is it again?
Intelligentsia, El Diablo blend.
Yeah, someone should tell.
Intelligentsia.
Oh, you don't have to oversell it.
No?
No, I think you should.
Okay.
I think someone needs to contact Intelligentsia, El Diablo blend, and say that we're dropping their name. And then they will send us
Nothing.
In fact, they may say,
But it's on sale at Gelson's this week.
well, I got some L.A. Mill.
Yeah. Are you happy with it?
I haven't tried it yet, but I've heard good things about L.A. Mill. I've never had it before. Have you?
No.
Or is it called La Mill?
I don't know. Check the bag.
Check the bag on the way in. Has anything developed with you? Are you done with the movie?
I'm essentially done with the movie. I'm waiting for a couple of things, and I have to do. I'm going to spend the next couple of days recutting a new trailer.
Oh,
I had a trailer on the shelf for the last several years, and upon revisiting it, I went, I don't think that's going to work.
wow! You did not. And when you say upon revisiting it, I would assume it was reluctance revisiting.
No, it's at this point it's checklist time,
Right?
as we deliver it to the distributor, and so that was one that I thought was sort of checked off, and then watching it, there, not only do I kind of want to pace it differently, it also has a lot of stuff that's fair use in the movie, but wouldn't be fair use in a ad for the movie.
Right.
So,
I'm looking forward to this release because this is a very, very. I don't think most people who are Thought Spiral people have seen it, right?
no, very few.
This is not out anywhere.
It is not. It's about to be, and I'm very excited about that.
So
Probably within a couple months, it'll be out.
this is very exciting. How am I going to be used in the launch?
Well, we'll be sending you on a press tour, on a junket.
Oh, I want to be. I've never been on anything like a press tour.
We could have hired. CJ's still going to release the Fiddling Horse. We could hire PR people and get ourselves interviews.
Yeah, what happened with the Fiddling Horse? Is it going? I haven't heard anything.
You've talked to CJ more than me.
No, I don't believe I have.
It was in Variety. I saw that you did.
Oh, I see. That's true. I am not going anywhere for quite a while, which I'm happy with. I think somewhere in January or February.
Yeah.
But I like not having to travel now in the holiday
Yeah, that's bad.
thing. I kind of like look at the news and I don't laugh at the people who have to deal with it. But in a way, when I hear If you're planning on flying on Christmas Eve this year, you better. And I was like, why would you do that to yourself? Pourquoi?
All right.
What am I doing now? What do you think I have now? Do you think I have? Is this something like where I have a disease, or I'm trying to riff?
You're trying to riff.
Okay.
You're trying to apply an attitude that you don't really feel to something that you hadn't really thought through beyond a gut feeling.
Is it possible that when you get below all the surfaces of me, and I'm not saying it's that many surfaces, there's nothing really there? There's no there? Maybe that's who Kurt Stein was really
I am
talking
the
about.
owl licking my way to the Tootsie Roll center of the Tootsie Pop. A 1, a 2, a 3. 3.
I don't know what that. Should I know what that is?
It's a Tootsie Pop commercial that ran for many, many years.
It did?
Mr.
Oh, I do.
Owl, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of the Tootsie Pop?
You know why that doesn't stick with me?
Because
Tootsie Rolls are...
Tootsie Pops are gold, baby.
I think it's the worst candy.
Tell your story walking, pal. Tootsie Pops.
Tell your story walking. When was the last time you used the expression Tootsie?
More recently than tell your story walking, pal.
I don't know. There's some candies you can't go back.
Tootsie Pops are excellent.
I don't think so.
No, I think people, come on.
Do you think Tootsie Rolls are good?
I don't love Tootsie Rolls. I like them when they're covered in a sucker. I like them when they're a prize for all my suck work.
Now let me think. The Tootsie Roll outside, are there variations of that?
How do you mean?
Like, are there chocolate
Tootsie
covered?
Pop?
Yeah, is it chocolate covered grape, and then you get down to more chocolate, or is it all grape, or cherry, or orange?
Those are all, but with a Tootsie Roll in the middle.
Right, but is there only one Tootsie Roll, or are they all flavors?
It's just a regular Tootsie Roll.
It's a terrible candy. It's terrible that you brought it up. You've ruined my holiday. You've ruined Christmas for me. I want you to love Christmas more, and I want you to celebrate it.
What can I do to love Christmas more, Andy?
I think, first of all, I have a tree.
Yeah. I have lights out there, for fuck's sake.
We have a 5-foot tree.
Really?
And
so you could put the angel on it? We bought our tree at Jimmy O's.
Oh, my God. Oh. Wow. That's why I said, a lot of people said, maybe we should do two a week. That was the first
Takes too much out of us.
2 a week. But I said, really? I'd rather have gold than 2 weeks of... I'll tell you one thing. I couldn't do it every day. I couldn't make this much money every day.
No.
For a living. Folks. A lot of you are wondering what's coming up with... It's the new year soon. Is that going to be our next episode, the new year?
I guess it will be our New Year prep episode. I watched The Man Who Came to Dinner this week.
I apologize.
And I can at least... We don't have to talk about it if you're...
I'd like to hear about it.
But you think you want to watch it? I think you'll like it. It is, in fact, a Christmas movie, although there's no spirit of Christmas to it. But it's funny. It's quite funny.
What do you mean that, like, there's no spirit of Christmas? Does it happen around Christmas?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So Christmas is involved.
Christmas is involved.
But it's about something
But there's
else.
no Christmassy revelations.
Okay, right. But there's other revelations.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's pretty damn funny.
Now...
I remember seeing it as a play, but it was like a high school production, and, you know, it's George S. Kaufman. It's Kaufman and Hart, so kids don't quite get the rhythm.
Right.
But it's very funny and acidy at times and just filled with one-liners.
Who directed it?
I can't remember who directed it, but it was a Kaufman and Hart play.
And what are other things that people might know from them?
They did like You Can't Take It With You, and George S. Kaufman wrote like the Marx Brothers' best stuff.
Oh,
Coconuts and Horse Feathers, and he wrote Night at the Opera and Algonquin Round Table Guys.
That's what I wish we had been around that era.
But it was a surprisingly funny movie.
What year was it?
I think 42.
Give me a little bit of the premise to
It's based on Alexander Wolcott, who is another Algonquin Round Table guy.
Alexander, I think I know that.
And he one of the great blowhardies of all time. Like pompous, condescending,
and he's real,
but
right?
Super funny.
He's real, right?
Yeah, but this character isn't. But it was
okay.
clearly it was an open secret that it was based on him. And he's like on a speaking tour, and he's in the middle of Ohio, and he goes to this town and he's, as a sort of publicity stunt, he's supposed to have dinner with the mucky muck couple of this town, and he goes to their house, and he slips on the stairs and breaks his hip and is laid up at this house and then takes over the house, essentially.
That's pretty cool.
And it's, there's Hollywood stuff in it because he has, his Hollywood people come to visit him at the home. And it's, there's a great Jimmy Durante scene or two, and it's good. It's worth watching. I would say watch it, and we'll talk about it.
I will, because I'll watch it as a Christmas thing.
I think you will genuinely enjoy it.
I'm looking forward to that.
It feels like, kind of feels like Arsenic and Old Lace because it's a play all set in a house.
Right.
But it's way funnier.
Did we have to watch Arsenic and Old Lace again, or just you did?
Maybe it was another one of those.
I think it's one that you did.
Pooped out on me.
It's the old. No, I think I watched something else maybe. But
you
the
pulled the doily out from under me.
I do think of that as a doily movie.
Well, Old Lace is sort of...
Exactly. I don't really understand when doilies were not considered anachronistic, but I've always thought of them as anachronistic. Thank you. And Your Honor,
I learned a word.
Hi, I'm Blowhardy. Have you ever thought certain things aren't as good as you thought they were? Join me for anachronisms.
Have you made a decision about New Year's Eve?
I have not made a decision about New Year's Eve yet. Because I haven't, because I brought it up briefly with Susan, but when I brought it up with her, as always, I bring up things when she's sleeping, whatever. So I know that I don't want to be rude, and I'm not going to wait till. You said we could wait till December 30th, but I think you were being sarcastic.
I wasn't being sarcastic. I was being
like, that's what you'd expect from a.
I was just saying there's no pressure because it's not.
Oh, I see how this
going. It's not like you're holding a slot for someone else.
No, I took it the other way. I took it the other way. This is true now that I take things that are not. I don't even know what people mean by them, but I took because you're so bad at committing to anything. That I'm always kind of in the it's ice cream.
Well, that was the subtext, I guess, of it.
Right.
It was because you're so bad at committing to things, I'm not putting any pressure on you.
Right.
Was the message.
I got it, but I took it the other way. Hey, fuckface.
Yeah.
I know you're going to...
it was me adjust. It was me trying to meet you.
Halfway.
Well.
Do you mean height-wise?
2/3, probably.
Put the angel on. Come on, folks. That's not funny in a world where there really are people made fun of because of their height, and I'm not one of them. I'm only diminutive amongst my group.
That's right, little fella.
so ridiculous. But no, I haven't. But I have other stuff I can talk to you about that's not something else I have to remember to talk to you about at the break. But It's not like earth shattering.
All right.
But it's not something that would be fun to talk about on the air or interesting.
All right.
And when I say on the air, what does that fucking mean? We're not on the air, Josh.
We sort of are.
You think so?
Well, we're not.
But you don't call yourself a broadcaster, right?
I do not.
That's what
I'm a podcaster. There's a word for it, yes.
There's a word for it. I refuse to be pigeonholed as someone who has a podcast. No, I'm very proud, and I would like to attend more conventions. Should I have not delivered that hard?
I don't know.
Are you planning, besides New Year's Eve, what else are you planning? Any Hollywood? Have you been invited to Hollywood parties?
I have not.
I don't
Thanks
even
for
mean
bringing that
Hollywood
up.
parties. I guess I mean friends. We
No,
don't know. We
no,
don't
I
have
really
a.
haven't.
We don't have a Hollywood. I used to think in the old days, like if we could get Judd Apatow on the phone, that meant we were a part of Hollywood. But that doesn't mean we're part of Hollywood.
No, it doesn't.
But we are, though. Isn't that more of false modesty, or whatever the word would be? We are in Hollywood.
We are Hollywood adjacent, is how I like to think of it, both figuratively and literally.
But we're not thinking of the next great.
Well, I mean, I always get into these stress modes when I'm finishing a project and don't know what the next one is.
And also, I do believe, I know that this is not going to sound deep or profound or deep, but the holidays trigger all these things.
Well, the end of the year does.
End of the year. That's what I meant. This particular holiday. That's what I meant. I didn't mean Arbor Day. I wasn't claiming that Sukkot.
I didn't mean these holidays. I just mean the fact that the year is ending.
Yeah, the year is ending.
Sort of
well, no, because
is an inventory poker.
Well, for someone like me who's been hurt at Christmas, not like you, the Christmas, your relationship to Christmas, you wouldn't understand this because you're a Jew.
Right.
But people's relationship to Christmas and the Christmases they've had or the holiday, this is universal about all holidays, except none of the holidays matter as much as the New Year's Eve crap.
I understand you're drinking more, Andy. I get it.
I'm not I haven't had a drink in a long. Are we going to drink on New Year's Eve?
We can.
Do you ever enjoy it? You do.
I don't enjoy getting hammered.
I kind of do.
Yeah, well, it doesn't take much with you. For
I
me,
know.
it takes a whole bunch of booze.
But I
to
mean,
get
like,
me
yeah,
hammered.
like I wouldn't mind going halfway into a bottle of champagne, but I just.
Oh, we'll have champagne.
I'll fall asleep.
Then for sure.
But I know what you're talking about. I know what you mean.
By what?
By the feeling of what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. It's the end of the year. You know what's your next project going to be.
Yeah. A lot of uncertainty. Professional uncertainty, sir.
Yes. It's not, it's unbelievable. It took me till, 2 weeks ago to realize that the voice I'm doing is Johnny Carson doing Gleason. No. No. Mercury. All right. I can tell that I'm not getting obnoxious. I think I walked in obnoxious. But we don't need me to do voices, do we? Or maybe I should.
Voices are okay. Noises. I don't need. I don't just need noises.
Random noises get
Right.
old after a while.
They do a little bit.
Yeah.
What was your favorite Christmas? Besides all the heartbreak as a child.
I have enjoyed. I've had so many. What I would say would be great Christmases, but I think it's the one. It is the ones that I still remember. The ones that are before I experienced these things, and some of the things I've experienced, they're old to me now. So that's why I'm always on the lookout for. I always want to say, should I watch The Grinch again? Should I watch Charlie Brown again? And I tend not to do that.
Right.
But those are my favorite memories. Are the years where I discovered those movies, or had some kind of semblance of family. But Susan and I have had nice. We've had like nice. I love our. I mean, I always love that I can have Christmas.
Yeah.
It is absolutely my favorite holiday.
I know you do it like every 3 weeks. It's really kind of crazy.
One year I do remember, actually, we were probably about 16 or 15, and my dad went out and bought presents for all of us. So that might have been my favorite Christmas, because he just did it out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And he got excited about it.
Plumbing supplies for everybody.
But that was...
A diverter valve?
Dad! I don't even know what that is. Dad, a Honeywell thermostat? Dad, you couldn't. I also loved when I was a kid, and I would buy the Archie Christmas special.
I don't recall the Archie Christmas special.
It's just reading about people who are in this Riverdale, and now it's the holidays, and so everything is all. I just love all the Christmas decorations. I love everything about it.
Was it the Archie's Christmas special like a comic book? Or
Yeah.
Oh, okay, it wasn't a special.
No. Not
Special issue.
No, yeah, the Christmas Spectacular. And it probably came out every year.
Here's Mr. Weatherby. He's suckling a pig.
Well, the thing is, you joke, but that's the truth. It was
Moose likes goose.
Even Reggie was in the holiday spirit. Even Reggie, who
He
you
just
might...
did a normal wedgie instead of the atomic super wedgie.
Jughead. As you can imagine, Jughead was excited.
Or Noghead, as we like to call him.
Yeah, Jughead was excited.
Yeah.
The Jughead character is iconic. Is it archetypical? The Jughead part of the universe? The freeloading, wimpy, hamburger, borrowing.
We just take a sip of your thing instead of...
Or is it just Jughead? Is Jughead... If there was no Jughead... I mean, Jughead is, to me, the most... Jughead's the most popular...
Well, I think there's an Ed Norton lineage to Jughead.
That's right.
There's, I think Wimpy definitely has some Jughead to him. I think probably Potsy has some Jughead to him. I think Stretch Cunningham has some Jughead to him.
Is Stretch Cunningham from All in the Family?
Yeah.
Oh. But now when we look at our cartoon villains, to me, you can't get any better than, is it Bluto? What's his name?
It was Bluto or Brutus in the later ones.
Yeah. That guy is classic bad guy.
Yeah, but there's nothing sophisticated about him.
True.
He's just a goon. It's not like, Simon says freeze. I'm taking all the lakes and oceans of the world and putting them into small jars.
What would that do?
They'll have to come to me for Lake Ontario. All the water in the world. In small jars.
But it's all miniaturized.
Yes.
Haven't you ruined it?
No, I can make it big again. Don't be silly. It's all the water in the world.
But in other words, if you just left it as
in jars.
So why would that be better than the way it is where they're actually...
Because it's in jars, in this briefcase. I have all the water in the world. Want a drink? No. You can't have it because it's in my briefcase in a little jar. I'm going to ask for $10,000.
That is...
For all the water in the world.
It's a scary villain. It's a villain who doesn't even realize...
Then I'm going to freeze it. Of course, I'll have to put it in slightly larger jars to account for the expansion, but I'll do it.
And
Simon says freeze.
I'll wait till the market is better. Oh, I miss those days. Those comic book days. I'm sorry. That's why I'm not good at improv, because I riff once. I go too far in.
You're the guy talking in the blackout.
I wish I had that from my comedy. That's the best way to go.
So I think I convinced Jen Kirkman to come on the show after her online consternation. Did you get her video?
No.
You did not see it yet.
Is she concerned at us?
She was, yeah. Well, I guess I can play it for you. She put it on Twitter, so
we don't have to get her release.
I don't need a release for that shit.
Not if she played it on Twitter. Then it's war. Then it's all hands are barred.
Then it's war.
It's what, Jen Kirkman? Oh, Jen Kirkman.
All right, so here's Jen's video response to our...
You better not lose this, or I'm fucked up.
Oh, jeez. Here she is.
All right.
From her car, driving.
Oh, you guys, let me see. Oh, Jen. Jen, that's not even safe. What do you think?
I don't think it is.
Tell me that I should be on the show, and I can't believe it. I thought I wasn't I always thought I'm not a format changer. I don't know. I was actually going to pitch you guys an idea that we all have lunch someday, privately, like normal people, but then we turn on the phone and record a few minutes of it, and you play it as one of the breaks. Like you play our conversation as one of the 5-minute breaks instead of music or stand-up. I'm nervous. I don't want to ruin the show. Then you start having guests, and I don't know. I'm nervous about this. I don't want to ruin something I love. And then I can't listen that week.
That's true.
I don't know, but I can be convinced.
Wow.
And then I sent her this video response.
Oh, here you are.
I think you're overthinking this.
That's good. That shows you the difference in styles of comedy between Jen Kirkman, who will take you around the block, loop-de-loop, come on back the highway, and then Josh Boom gets down to the essence of the joke. Ba-boom.
And then she responded in print, I think you're right. This actually proves I am the perfect guest, and that's why God erased Dave Foley's episode.
Which I still haven't contacted Dave Foley.
You did?
Yeah, but we have to give him future dates.
Oh, okay. Well, we will. Let's let this sting.
Yeah. Let's let the sting. I like that. Oh, Jen. Now, is Jen driving? I don't like that. What does that say to other people in their cars? Is someone else driving or is someone filming? I'm so stupid. I'm not just stupid. I'm boring.
No, she had one of the phone holder.
Ah, that sounds like the best Christmas gift. Everyone's talking about it. It's
the phone cup.
The phone cup.
Get
holder.
the phone cup.
What
Cup phone.
What do you want?
It's a cup phone.
What do you want?
I want a cup phone.
Don't you have one already?
No.
Oh.
I want a cup phone.
It's like a cup holder.
With a phone.
Does it still allow you to have a cup?
Nope.
Nope. It takes one of those away.
Yep.
To put the phone in.
For a phone. With your cup.
How about a cup with a holder, but also it's a thermos full of coffee? 2 birds with 1 stone. Why not?
I think you should patent that.
I think it sounds...
I can then read it and understand what the fuck you just said.
Well, what would happen would be you have hot coffee in a thermos. How about you have a hot coffee in a thermos, and then a thing with a phone, and then a thing for a dog, and then we'll go really fast. Is this baby first on theater?
This is a toddler pitching an invention.
Is he at a mini Shark Tank, a small?
Yeah, I need capital investment.
Shut up, kid! You sound like an idiot.
I give you 15% for $15.
And we'll be back with preschool
Shark Tank. Come on back.
Why can we come up with all these great shows?
It's preschool Shark Tank.
It's what is it?
Preschool Shark Tank.
And then
I invented blocks.
And then a man comes out.
Buy my blocks.
A man comes out and he comes into the chimney
and he goes pew 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 pew.
I need money.
Buy my finger gun. Pew pew pew.
It's even more. It's smaller cans of tuna fish. Smaller cans of tuna. Bite-sized tuna fish cans.
Feed mayonnaise to tuna.
Mister, how about a lemonade?
And we'll be back on Preschool Shark Tank.
It sounds racist. Preschool Shark. You sound like a. It sounds like a And Preschool Shark Tank.
Preschool Shark Tank.
This week on Preschool Shark Tank, we take a walk down. How old is preschool? 4-year-old Eddie.
Hi, I'm Eddie.
Has a great idea about what you can do with your own spit. Eddie, what's your idea?
So I made this thing with the where you, instead of it getting on your shirt, it goes into a cup. And then you save it up and you mix it with this lemonade stuff. and you make your own lemonade.
It sounds very good. I'm not sure we want to invest in that.
I need $12 million for 5%.
And we'll be preschool.
Preschool Shark Tank.
I like candy. I like candy. I like candy. How about that? Well, that sounds like a good idea, young man.
All right, we're going to take a break.
Oh.
Right after Preschool Shark Tank. I'm going to play, I think it's a Christmas tradition. I think I did this another Christmas song because it's the only song that seems Christmas appropriate. Here's the Depreciators doing Allison's Love and Understanding.
Beautiful.
All right. I thought it was dinner time. Time flies on.
It's all we really want. It's all we really need. It's what keeps a hungry child. It's what sets a slave free. And love and understanding. Love and sympathy. Love and understanding. It's all we really need. Well, late at night.
And we're back.
And we're back. I can't believe it. Oh, I didn't get the... Yes. I love that song.
That's so disingenuous.
God, I can't
we
believe
didn't
it.
listen. We didn't listen. Okay, there. It's all open.
Oh,
open
I'm glad.
hand.
You know, the truth really feels better.
It doesn't. Is it a relief?
Ladies and gentlemen, I toured the country as disingenuous.
Dickingenuous. All right.
But I don't think that's as good.
No.
Because that's a dick joke.
No, it's not.
Well, I mean, if you put dick on the front of anything, you better be ready to...
Said the cognoscenti.
The cognoscenti.
Yeah,
I know,
if you say it a
you said
second
that.
time,
You said
it's
that
even
too, right?
better.
I think this is the best show I've done in quite a while.
I think it's definitely nominated.
Yes, I don't include you at all. It's one of my better shows. Were you here? Oh, nice to see you.
And I'm back.
And I'm back.
Oh, my God. Here's weird. Jordy says, who do you play in the next All in the Family redo? I like J. Elvis Weinstein as Stretch Cunningham.
Did you
the Bob Hope of the loading dock.
Did you read that before you...
I must have. This was December 14th? I don't know. What's today, the 16th? And maybe
yes.
it passed by me, flew by me.
Yeah.
Andy Kindler is Barney Hefner, or Little Emmanuel. Stretch Jewish? A Jewish name is supposed to have no ham in it.
Well, also, doesn't it make you feel like, do you want to see more? I haven't seen those at all. And I don't want to, in a way. Have you?
Seen what?
They did it last year. They're doing it again.
I did see it, yeah.
And what'd you think?
I thought it was worth seeing once a year.
Okay. I'm on the bus.
Yeah, you know.
Is it of the era?
Yeah.
Oh, it's old episodes.
Yeah, it was an actual All in the Family and an actual Jefferson.
Don't even come to me anymore for the rest of the segment because I'm just a bummer.
Okay, we're moving on. Seth Dick III says, Danny Aiello struck me as a bully and a blowhard. Thoughts? Does Yogi Bear have thoughts?
Who said that?
Seth Dick III.
Does Yogi Bear?
I don't know. I think you're being a little judgmental there, boo-boo.
I don't know.
I think you're talking shit about the dead. I don't know if that's so good.
I have heard negative things about Danny.
I've heard he's no picnic.
Basket. I've heard negative things about him, but I'm sure that there are. I have no idea.
Have you heard negative things about him?
I heard that he was kind of a
bully
jerk.
and a blowhard.
But I heard that from Janine, and Janine is sensitive sometimes, but she's usually not that off.
Janine Garofalo?
Yeah. Why did I say Janine like it was...
I just wanted to call that.
Bullshit. Blowhardy. It's the Christmas edition of Blowhardy. Gather round, children.
Will Pfeiffer says, I, for one, would like to hear more about Andy's dad and Harvey Kurtzman. The man was a giant in American satire. Harvey, not Andy's dad. Happy holidays to you both, and thanks for making my Mondays a lot funnier.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. What am I, a host of
Let me just preface Andy's story with, there's no actual story here.
Well, how can you set me up for failure? All I know is that I wish I knew.
Let me just do my impression of setting you up for failure. Ladies and gentlemen, Andy Kindler.
Oh, I get it. I'm a failure. Here's my new standard reply. Duly noted.
So Harvey Kurtzman and your dad. Go.
Yeah, well, I don't remember because I was young, but I know that my father, he saw the original galleys of Mad Magazine when they came out, and then he saw them at parties.
Wait, he saw the galleys when they came out? There's a hole in your story.
What does that mean?
I mean, the galleys wouldn't have come out.
Oh, that's right, you stupid fuck. The galleys, yeah. But aren't some of the galleys like, here's the ones going to print? Maybe you saw those?
Maybe.
Who knows? But I remember meeting Harvey Kurtzman, but I was too young. It had only an effect on me in retrospect. But my dad told me that he did this very politically incorrect, but what my father thought was hilarious thing once at a party where you would... The idea was like, you know, this bowl you're buying was made by the Crippled Children's Fund or something
Okay.
like that, right? So anyway, it was his like this book of matches was made by crippled or something with children who, and he just gave him the match book just with all the matches sticking, like it was made by these people.
Oh, and it was
Instead of on
horribly
behalf,
made.
horribly
gotcha.
made. So my father thought that was hilarious, and it does sound like it was funny to me.
Probably.
Yeah, even though I'm not saying it right.
You didn't sell it good.
No, because I don't really even know what the what the fund he
You know
would
what
have
you kind
said.
of sold it like?
Yeah, like a person embarrassed.
Toddler Shark Tank. It was like the thing with the matches and by the cripple kids and the matches were always like this and messed up.
I love this new.
Preschool Shark Tank.
This is a new. This could be a whole new cameo thing for you.
I'm hungry.
I gotta go.
And I want him, and so I say it into the microphone. Give me $5 million.
That's like the Adam Sandler character.
Give me a $5 million crazy candy.
I used to love that character.
Well, it's a little late to make friends with Adam Sandler.
Fuck
again.
him. I've thought about him in the last week, and I'm sorry. I'm tired of him and me.
Jeffrey Oliver sends a picture of them, he and Just High-Glow finding cotton candy grapes. Wondering if Liza has any thoughts. Cotton candy grapes! That's the only reason to go to the grocery store,
That's the
Buster.
ticket. That's the ticket.
The cotton candy grapes! It's a taste sensation! You'd think they were out of season, but no! You can follow them around the country, mister.
Mister, I'd like to inquire, do you have any access to the cotton candy grapes?
When are you gonna open? That's what I'm here for.
So presumably she comes early in the morning to get in?
It's 4 a.m.
Well, she could go to the Ralph's that's open all night, isn't there?
There's an all-night store? Holy moly, I'm headed there for the cotton candy grapes.
I don't know, my friend. If you sit...
I'm doing a lot of loud impressions.
I love it. I love every one of them. There's nothing wrong about it. It's good. It's solid.
Larry Harold says, Dear movie stars, show 136 was delightful. Remember that time Andy asked Mr. Weinstein to play Santa at the company party? That was crazy.
What? How come I don't understand anything? Why are you looking at me like...
Because that was a cue for you.
To do what?
Remember that time Andy asked Mr. Weinstein to play Santa at the company party?
Oh,
Mr. Weinstein. Mr.
let me try again.
Mr. Weinstein, please come into my office immediately, if not sooner. Mr. Weinstein, where are you?
Oh, yeah, suddenly everything's very speedy now. It's all very urgent.
Yes, Mr.
Where were
Weinstein.
you when the setup was presented?
Mr. Weinstein,
Yes,
please.
Mr. Kindler.
This seems to be the only part of the impression I do well.
Mr. Weinstein, you have insulted my...
It's not really an impression now, is it?
It really isn't.
Mr. Weinstein, as you know, here at... what's the name of the guy who had the Fezziwig? Fezziwig is having his annual bash,
Yes.
and they want to know, they've requested that you dress up like Santa. Now, I told them, what are they, crazy? He's a Jew.
Is this some sort of fat crack?
No. Everybody want...
You know I'm not jolly, don't you?
Mr. Weinstein, I insist that you
This
get into
happens
the
every
Christmas
year.
spirit.
Just because I wear a red suit with white fur trim, everybody assumes I want to play Santa.
Why do you hate...
Can't you have a sense of fashion without being a jolly old fat elf?
Mr. Weinstein, your protestations to the... Oh, God. Mr. Weinstein, I need you to go out today before you put another farthing in the furthing and buy yourself a Santa Claus outfit.
Now you're becoming a Monty Python sketch.
Extra large. Extra large.
I need a strawberry.
Oh,
Bring us a strawberry.
All right. I think I covered something. If that's not an answer, I don't know what is.
That's not an answer, but it also is. Not Tweet Bahara.
Mr. Weinstein.
Yes, Mr. Kindler. Not Tweet Bahara says, in the original version of It's a Wonderful Life, the Pottersville version of the bar was called Jackie's, owned and tended by Jackie Mason. Josh, any thoughts on how might that have sounded? We serve hot drinks in here for men who wanted to get drunk fast, and we don't need characters around here to give the joint atmosphere. Now, do you get me? Do I have to call my lawyer? Out you two pixies go, through the door or out the window? Oi.
You asked for
That's another reason not to like you. If you know him, you're a jailbird too. Out you go, through the door, out the window. You know what I mean? Zip, zip, a finger for you.
a finger for you.
All right.
You did good with that.
Thank you. David Gogo says, boys, what would your ultimate Christmas wish? What would be your ultimate Christmas wish?
No Trump. Oh, is that ultimate? Peace, and peace for all. And Tiny
Those
Tim.
are kind of, those go hand in hand, don't
Yeah.
they?
He steps aside.
Everything's going to be great.
Everything will be great.
Everything will be cotton candy grapes from here on out, baby.
But I wish that. I wish that he's removed, the cancer is removed from our lives.
Okay, I'll go along with that, just to give the wish extra power.
Yeah. And to all a good night, I'll say at the end.
Yeah. Nat Tripahara's back to ask, did you know that Zuzu Bailey grew up, studied finance and business, became extremely wealthy and powerful, and destroyed Mr. Potter's money-lending empire before he died entirely because he never returned the $8,000? I did not know
I
that.
was not aware of that, sir.
We have powerful listener letters.
That's my impression of George Bailey at Zuzu's graduation ceremony.
Who is Zuzu? Is it Joe Zuzu?
Zuzu's pedals!
I don't know.
Watch the fucking movie. Watch it. It's a Wonderful Life. If you don't know
Zuzu's?
if you don't know who Zuzu is, you haven't seen the movie.
Wait,
you've been
Zuzu-
lying this whole time.
You poisoned, by mistake, you poisoned old man Henry. Is that one?
No,
There's nobody named Zuzu.
there fucking is someone named Zuzu. You piece of shit.
Merry Christmas, you old shavings and you old deposit loan. Merry Christmas, iPhone 12.
Who's Zuzu? Who's Zuzu?
Is Zuzu like
Zuzu's his daughter.
Zuzu?
Yes.
That's Sue.
Okay, Andy. Yeah, it's Sue. Okay, thanks. I haven't seen the movie. Maybe you're right.
Stop playing that horrible piano. You sound like you're destroying the piano, you
That's not
stupid
Zuzu.
kid.
That's not Zuzu.
Who's the kid who plays?
Zuzu's sick. Zuzu's the one whose pedals he has at the end. He goes, Zuzu's pedals! Zuzu's also the who says,
Teacher says whenever a bell rings, an angel gets its wings.
That's right. And he gets all surfy.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
I think I
are you
could have
back?
acted that scene.
That's right. That's well, you know what? You're right.
In a very cliche way.
Mary, will you get those people away? I hate people.
You're inadvertently doing Albert Brooks, I think.
Mary. Do any of these say, I'm sorry, Mary?
You sit there and you spin your webs and you expect the whole world to revolve around you.
Oh, I am really feeling the Christmas feeling on this episode.
That's good.
And I almost want to have some eggnog after this.
Okay. We'll sneak off to the grocery store and huddle. Cesar Romero says SCTV is probably my favorite comedy show of all time. I would like to know who is your favorite character. I think Edith Brickley is mine, although there are plenty of others. Bobby Bittman, Guy Caballero, Johnny LaRue, Dusty Town, who run a close second.
That's a tough one. That is a tough one. I'm going to have to go with, I think Bobby Bittman.
I think Bobby Bittman probably for me.
He has, to me, he most represents.
Count Floyd, I always thought was very funny.
Oh, kids.
Scary.
Oh, I also liked Al Peck's Used Fruit.
Yep.
But Bobby Bittman sums up the show. But then again, also Dave Thomas doing Bob Hope is fantastic.
Yeah.
And whoever and Rick Moranis.
Martin Short doing Jerry Lewis.
Oh God. Just a delightful show. Whatever happened to me? I'm sorry.
Dan Wade says, "Hi guys, in the spirit of peace on earth and goodwill towards men, I thought I'd avoid any conflict and ask a non-controversial question. Do you consider America's Got Talent to be a variety show?"
He's returning us to an old feud that we had.
Oh, I didn't remember.
But I did, and that's a miracle.
Yeah,
that shows the therapy's helping.
And now it shows you that you only remember fights.
That's true. That's a good point. I'll have to bring that up to my therapist tomorrow. Boy, are you going to be in trouble tomorrow. You're lucky there isn't a podcast on Thursday, because you would have your head handed to you.
Did you talk about me poo-pooing your childhood scar?
No, because that's so I don't want her to hate you that much.
Oh, okay. I can live with it.
She already knows that was a horrible experience. We don't need you. We don't need naysayers.
I want to talk to her if she's like, hold on to that feeling.
Hold on to that feeling.
Dan March says,
That's not the way she sounds, anyway.
No? Okay. Dan March says, if you couldn't live in North America, what country would you choose, and how would your comedy change living there?
Oh, you know what? I can't stand on the news when they go, that's a good question, because it's so self-serving. But that is a good question. And I think it would have to be Canada, but that's too easy an answer.
Well, it also violates the terms of the question.
Why?
If not North America.
Oh, of course. Because any idiot could say Canada.
And did.
I would normally have liked to have said England, but London, but I think it's really bad over there now.
Yeah.
But maybe that would be a good reason. I don't know.
Dublin. I'm going to go to Dublin.
You go to Dublin.
That way I stay in the EU. I have relatives of Allison's.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Maybe I should go to Scotland.
My comedy, I'd probably talk about being a Jew less.
I'll go with Scotland then.
Okay.
Just to
good.
get
We
the
can
theme
still do
going.
the podcast.
Because they'll be separating by then, right?
Maybe.
Boris Johnson wins with a cracking good response.
Shecky Flop Sweat says, I'm sure you guys are being funny enough without me piling on with one of my, quote, jokes. Anyway, just wanted you to know my actual name is Scott Allen Covert, but that ain't got me shit from Adam Sandler. It's just a crazy coincidence.
Oh, wait, did it get him shit, though?
No.
His name is Scott.
Scott Allen Covert.
Yeah, but you've taken the name Allen back by having it as your middle name and not being Allen Covert.
Right.
As long as you're not Allen Covert, who is, I wouldn't say he's a bad guy, but I would have, if you said he was a bad guy, I would agree. He's a bad guy.
I don't feel
He's not like a Hitler. Don't get me wrong.
He was in one of my Freaks and Geeks episodes briefly, so I can't shit talk him.
I don't think you should. And I think that's a good choice on both of our parts. See how I came? See why they call me the Solomon of comedians? Maybe I'll go to, I've always wanted to go to
You're
Amsterdam.
more like Alan Overt.
I wouldn't mind going like Amsterdam, maybe, but then that sounds too cliche. Do comedy. I want to do comedy. Where is it going to be the next area that would be like America was? Is it going to be France? No.
Australia, maybe.
Maybe Australia.
But it's like 110 or 120 degrees there right now.
No, I don't want to go there. I'm very sad by the question, by the way. It sounds sad to me.
Moving?
Well, just the whole situation, because I will move if he gets reelected.
No, you won't.
Shut up, both of us.
You just won't.
Is that what you said to your Jewish friend back in Germany in the 30s? You should have said, no, go, Andy. Well, you were Jewish too, so you would have been gone.
Yeah, I was writing from America at the time. You were actually talking to my vapor trail.
Hey, Choo-Choo. Hey, Chewbacca.
Halpin Fraser says, hello, Andy and Josh. As commercial lovers, do you have any hot takes on the controversial Peloton Wife TV ad? Or on the less controversial one from Medicare Hotline with Joe Namath?
I don't even know there. Well, I like Joe Namath than anything. I don't hold anything against him.
Yeah.
He's got bad knees. He needs money. So what is the Peloton thing? It went by me quickly, like a body image thing, is it? Or what is the deal?
It was a sort of creepily needy woman whose husband gives her a Peloton, this perfectly fit-seeming woman who's very mousy about her Peloton, and then gains confidence over the year of doing her Peloton, and then like at the end she like gives her husband a video of how, you know, everything happened because of this Peloton. You know?
And so it just sounds bad.
It was patriarchy feeling. Yeah. It had a really, yeah.
Didn't she say she blamed her face? The woman. She said she blamed her look, the look she had in her face.
Did you? Maybe. I mean, her face was silly looking.
Like she was like,
oh, God.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I watched it once. Just once the controversy happened, and I thought it was
bad.
I just thought it was bad, yeah.
How about Hallmark? That's a good. They finally realized.
Yeah.
1 million people don't like lesbians.
When you care enough to offend the very best. Michelle Weisgarber says, Andy, Josh is right. Enough said. Not Tweet Bahara says, I'm just kidding. Andy, Josh is right. Get the damn podcast to Montreal next year. Please. I could even attend, she says.
I heard that. I read that today, so I think I'm going to make a play for that.
Right.
All I can be is embarrassed again.
Get me on the alternative show or something, and then there's a reason for me to be there. Boom. I'm writing speeches with you.
Right. I think it's good.
It's a juggernaut.
Your pitch at the end went down.
Mark Thompson says, if Andy were to sell a sitcom to a network for next fall, what would be the best occupation to pick for his character? I'm assuming Josh is the showrunner.
Why do you have to be the showrunner?
I don't know. As long as we're having crazy fantasies, it might as well throw me in, too.
Let me think. What could I be that would be new and... How about...
Funny.
How about a pharmacist who can't stop cracking wise? How about a shoe store salesman who can't get who loves to make fun of feet? How about a car wash operator? How about an entrepreneur who appears on Please Go Shark Tank? I didn't say that right. Please go Shark Tank. I don't know. I have. It's been so long since I've thought about me in a show. Maybe that's the problem.
Well, I mean, this is the first time you have been in sync with Hollywood.
That's true. I love to be put down.
I know.
It's not even a joke.
I would go a whole different way if you didn't.
I know, but I like it in a way that's healthy. I know, but I can't get enough. Hate me now before you get in line. Before the price goes up.
Think of how different the show would be if you actually got hurt every time I insulted you.
Oh, Josh, I'm going to have to take a couple of seconds off. That got in. That one got in. Ouch, buddy. That would be me if I was even more hypersensitive.
Yo, ho, ho. Yo, ho, ho, ho.
Yo, 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 yo. Yoshi Yamamoto. Yoshi Yamamoto. Yoshi Yamamoto. Yoshi Yamamoto.
I'm in Quebec snowboarding, and on the way to the mountain, there's a street named Boulevard de Dr. Gervais, which clearly was gifted to Ricky after his unlicensed brain surgery attempts. I think Ricky Gervais hates himself because he won't accept that he's French.
Is it that true? Is his background French? Maybe it is.
Sacre bleu!
Sacre bleu. Someone should dig into that.
Sure. Carrie Whedon says, observing your Thanksgiving and Christmas rituals from Australia, I've noticed Americans seem to take an inordinate amount of pride in the preparation of mashed potatoes, declaring, I made mashed potatoes from scratch. Is there another way? I'm confused.
No, I do think that you are pointing your finger towards something that probably is true, is the overexcitement that we can get from things that just are the way they are. I made mashed potatoes from potatoes.
Although I grew up with more potato buds.
What were those?
The mashed potatoes from a box, like a mix.
Those were terrible, though, right?
Yes.
I'm very surprised. Why did I think you'd be? I don't know what I thought. That you'd have more natural foods. And
No.
did you like it?
Well, I mean, yeah, it was food, so I liked it.
Potato buds.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically like whipped potatoes. It's not that crazy. It's not like.
Yeah, but it's so much doesn't taste as good.
No, agreed.
Wait a second.
My mom was not a good cook.
Neither was my mom. Both were terrible cooks.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't have had to have been good cooks. But
No,
they
she
really
took no
drove
pleasure.
that
She
home.
took no pleasure in it. That was the thing, and you could taste it.
Get that recipe back of the canned green, because I've always wanted to know how can I make canned green beans turn that frown upside down.
Right. Perush says, I would like my podcast best friends to wish my girlfriend RT, I'm not sure, a happy birthday, preferably in Huelhauser meets Jimmy Stewart. Happy birthday, you savings and loan.
That'd be good. Is that both of us or you, I think?
Happy birthday, Artie, you old building alone.
That's fantastic.
There you go.
No, wait, you do the Huelhauser. You're the Huelhauser on the
That's
show.
amazing. That's fantastic that it's your birthday, RT.
See? See what I'm talking about?
And Dana Schwartz corrected him that it is building and loan, not savings and loan.
Yes. I felt bad about it. Wait a second.
And
I
then
was
Dana
wrong.
Schwartz came back with a comment, I listened to number 136 on my flight to Florida tonight. Your mention of airline food reminded me to try self-amusing answer to the flight attendant asking what I'd like to drink. I replied, I'll take the lasagna. I laughed for the rest of the trip.
That's good. I'll take the lasagna. And by the way, is that Dana writing us?
Yeah.
By the way, Dana, I still have not plugged in my Apple 3 watch, but that does not mean I'm not going to.
Your anti-tracking device?
I want to do it more I really do want to do it, so it's going to happen. But it's been a weird year, but it'll be happening soon. It's not one of those things that I'm not going to do, like my album. What is it? I'm giving you gems. Can't you edit it down into a serviceable thing for later?
I think I can. I'm out of questions for the night.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Well, Josh, I want you to sleep well, Josh, because it's Christmas time. Let's write a Christmas. Let's do something special for Christmas.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Give it a shot.
All right. Thought Spiral.
Give it a shot.
Spoilers.
Get
it. So why did that's exactly right. I didn't get it. Give it a shot. You know what, folks? I love you. I can't speak for Josh.
No, please don't.
But I wish
because I can say it much better.
Right. I wish all of our listeners, I don't like to call people listeners. I wish anybody who's whatever, who hears
That's
this.
much better.
That's better.
I don't call them listeners. I call them anybody who's whatever.
Yeah, people with problems. Thank you. I'm thinking of you during this holiday season, and I'm thankful for all of our listeners. And without the people listening to the show, I don't think we would continue doing it. Not because it's like earth-shaking, because it's meant to be done for
stupid if
people.
no one was listening.
That's right. I meant it like that.
Right.
But I meant it in a more positive way than just like, because you could get a podcast only 4 people listening to. We have at least 20 or 30 people. But I wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy Hanukkah. And I wish that you would all buy Chunks.
By J. Elvis Weinstein? That Chunks?
Yeah, is it still available, or is it something
It's widely available.
Are you sure it's something you can no longer get?
It's the thing that makes you enjoy Christmas more.
What if you'd like to what if you're listening to the show and you go, why aren't I giving those guys more coffee money? Where would you go, Josh?
Personally, I would go to buymeacoffee.com/thoughtspiral, but that's just me.
I notice now when I'm making eye contact, it is better.
It is better.
Yeah, but what do you think I'm afraid of?
Me?
Anyway, if you have a good ending for the show, please send it in. Do you have a good ending for tonight? Have we ever had a good ending?
Of course I do.
What do you think it is?
See you next time on Please Go Show Tank.